Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Jason. This is Art of Creation Homestead, and we're in the kitchen today. And Miss Angela Kay is going to do something that I enjoy dearly. She's going to make some peach ice cream, okay? So I'm going to be the camera guy. She's going to be the brains of this operation, just like normal. And we're going to get into it, okay?
Okay, in this bowl, we have 3 peaches, medium to large. These were really large, but 3 peaches sliced. Now we're going to add just about ½ teaspoon of bottled lemon juice. You can use fresh. It's just to keep them from darkening. Stir that around a little bit on them. And you guys know usually I use maple syrup in my ice cream, but because you have to macerate the peaches, which is what I'm teaching you to do now, you have to use sugar with this, because you can't macerate peaches with maple syrup. So we're adding ½ cup of sugar to our peaches, and this is just to draw out the juice, because you want to add the juice to your ice cream base so that...
Does it create a syrup type thing?
Yes, okay. This will create a syrup that you will add to your ice cream base, so your ice cream base won't just be a vanilla base with some peaches in it. So your ice cream base will even be peach. So now you're going to leave this sit at room temperature for about 30 minutes. And while that is sitting and macerating and creating all that syrup, we're going to go over to the stove and we'll go ahead and make our base. Okay, so in this pot, this is a heavy bottom stainless steel pot. I have 5 egg yolks. Okay, to this I am going to add 3/4 cup of sugar and 1 cup of whole milk and 2 cups of heavy cream. All going in. Now I'm gonna use my handy dandy silicone spatula to scrape down all that and make sure I get all that cream in there. Don't want to miss out on any of that. Now you want to just start whisking it. Break up your yolks really good, and you want to keep this moving. You want to turn this over medium heat if you have a heavy bottom pot. If you do not have a heavy bottom pot, if the bottom of your pot is kind of light, it can scorch very easy and your eggs can curdle. So you want to turn it on medium low then. But because this is heavy bottom, I'm turning it on medium. Now you just want to keep whisking this until it's nice and warm, and until it will coat the back of a spoon. And I will show you how it does that when it's done. Okay, now our base is nice and warm, and see, when you stick a spoon in there, it coats the back of the spoon. See it coats it.
Yep. So
now you need to turn your heat off, and I'll meet you over at the island and I'll show you what we do next. Okay, now we've got it off the heat, and now I'm going to add about a teaspoon of vanilla. You guys know I don't measure. And whisk that in really good. Now over here, our peaches have nicely macerated. See all that syrup?
And it's only about 20 minutes.
Yeah. And just leave them until they have created a nice syrup.
Yeah.
Now we're going to strain them.
And that syrup will depend on how juicy your peaches are at the start.
Yes, definitely. And these are extremely juicy, so you want to put all of that in there, and you want to strain out all that syrup. And you will need those peaches later, so don't just start snacking on them. You will need that. You will need those peaches later. I will show you what you do with them as soon as I get this strained out. And see, you're getting a good bit of syrup down there.
Yep.
So you want to leave it and let it sit for about 5 minutes so that all your syrup can run through. Okay, now we have our peach syrup right here. And I put my strained peaches back into the bowl. And I'll show you what we do with those in just a minute. Now you want to add your syrup to your ice cream base. That way it makes a peach ice cream base instead of just a vanilla ice cream base. You don't want to skip this step.
No.
It makes all the difference in the ice cream. Now, whisk that in. You wouldn't think that little bit would make a difference, but it makes a huge difference. Now, you want to chill this base for about 3 to 4 hours in the refrigerator, or about an hour to an hour and a half in the freezer. Don't let it start freezing, just let it chill till it's nice and cold.
So we'll put ours in our upright freezer.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Now, I'll show you what you do with your peaches. Just take a potato masher, because you don't want these halves in your ice cream. And just give them a good rough mash. You don't want them mashed into nothingness. You don't want them baby food.
Now, could you do this step before you strain them?
I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay.
Because it's going to get stuck in your sieve. These little pieces of peach, it's going to get stuck in your sieve,
okay,
and it's just going to be a mess.
So it's easier to strain without doing it.
Yes.
Okay.
So there you go. Now, I'm just going to cover this, put it in the refrigerator, and let them chill. And then we'll add them to our base later. I'll show you when. Okay, our ice cream base is nice and chilled now. See, as you can tell, it's beautiful. Part of that color comes from those beautiful egg yolks.
Yep.
Because we have the most beautiful egg yolks in the world. So now, over here, I've showed you this many times. This is the one that I choose to, this is the ice cream maker I choose to use. It has a frozen core, so you can make ice cream anytime as long as you keep that in the freezer. And the way you start this one, you go ahead and start it, and you pour your base in through your feeder. And not on the counter, and like I just
pour
did.
it off to the side of the...
Don't do that. I don't recommend that. Now, you just let your ice cream go until it is a soft serve consistency, and I'll show you how you add those peaches. Okay, as you can see, the ice cream's a beautiful soft serve consistency right now. So now we're going to spoon in those beautiful peaches that we mashed up before. We're going to start spooning in those peaches. If you're using a traditional ice cream maker, you will want to stop it at this point, stir in your peaches by hand, and then you will be ready to put it into your container to finish freezing. This is going to be really full.
Yeah. It does ooze out the side a little bit. It's okay.
Yes, it'll be fine. And there we go. There's our last spoonful. And now this will work all the peaches in, all the peach juice in, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, as you can see, I'm loading it all up into the container. It's a thinner soft serve right now. Once you add fresh fruit, it will always thin it out. But this will be easily remedied with just a few hours in the freezer. And what you want to do when you get this all scraped out, you don't want to miss a drop of it. Well, Jason probably wants me to miss a drop of it. That way he can.
I can finish it off, no problem.
That way he can stand here and eat it out of the ice cream maker. So what you want to do, you want to either put plastic wrap, parchment paper, or wax paper over the top of this, straight down on top of it. Just flatten it out completely so there's no air pockets or anything. Put a lid on it, put it in your freezer for a few hours until it's the consistency you like it. Okay, so now I get the pleasure of tasting this amazing looking ice cream. It's fresh peach ice cream. Honestly, ain't much better than this. I mean, Breyers, I remember always liking Breyers peach ice cream when I was a kid. This is going to be better, I can promise you. Ain't nothing better. Ain't nothing better. Such an amazing peach flavor. A peach flavored ice cream, the fresh peaches in the ice cream. And it's homemade. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. So, if you're looking for a good peach ice cream, hey, this one right here, say it. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We do appreciate you guys watching so much. My name is Jason, the brilliant ice cream maker and canner behind the camera is Angela K. We love you guys. God bless you and goodbye.